Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. And in this one, I'm going to talk a little bit about, what's going on with my current situation, how music's helping, kind of how that relates to, metal elitism a bit. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be showing a whole bunch of recent albums that I've picked up and have added to my collection. Usually I don't do videos like this, but there's a reason I'm making this particular video, and I hope that as I show the releases, you get an idea of why I'm showing these off. So what I'm going to show off first are actually some records that I've bought recently, and I haven't actually listened to these because it's more of a ritual to listen to the record. You got to clean them, it's usually put protective plastic. There's this whole thing that, for me, I'm anal retentive, so I will go through this whole thing of incorporating a record into my collection, and I'll listen to the record as I'm doing it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to show off some records that I've bought but I haven't listened to yet, and so that way you can get an idea kind of where my mind has been. Here we go. We got Rage Against the Machine's debut. That's the first one. All these are new, not used vinyl, by the way. This is like Insomnium's first record, right? It's a gatefold, so it's pretty cool. Next up, we got Offspring's Greatest Hits. Not metal, but that's fine. And then we got this album, Death Magnetic, despite however you might feel about it. I think this is also a gatefold. Hurrah, right? This is not really meant to be a comprehensive, about these records. Then I got a Prong's Rude Awakening. Two more actual records. Then I got this one, Despite Your Feelings on this. I think there's some really awesome songs on load. I pretty much have every Metallica record on vinyl that I would possibly want at this point. And lastly, I got Annihilator's Never Neverland, right? Pretty sweet. So those are basically the vinyl pickups that I haven't yet incorporated into my collection. So I hope maybe you're getting a theme from this. Basically, all that music is definitely going to help me cope. But speaking of coping music, we're really going to get into that. But just to kind of continue this trend here, and again, I really hope you guys get what I'm putting down by the end of this, right? So now I'm going to show off CDs, and basically these I have listened to. I've listened to every single one of these. So here we go. First one is Slipknot's Iowa. Next one is Candlemass, The Door to Doom. Unfortunately, I already own this one and didn't realize it. Oh well. Sucks to be me. For lots of reasons. Anyway, next one is Death Angels Leave Scars. And I have listened to all these and blasted them all. This is Bork Nagar. Nagar, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. Their debut album, Nagar, something like that. Next one up, this isn't metal. It's Depeche Mode's Ultra. Following up with that, we got Machine Head of Kingdom and Crown. Awesome release, by the way. Much, much better than Catharsis. We got Sodom Genesis, I think 19 here. If I read my Roman numerals right, I don't know. Here's one that this is not a new release that again, this is one of the CD I've had since I was a kid, but when I used to test my CD player. Moving on, and I'm not ashamed to show this off, Korn's Follow the Leader. And lastly, Morbid Angels, Altars of Madness. And the reason I showed the albums that I did, and kind of in the order that I did, is half of those albums, if you are a metal elitist, right? About half of those albums are poser metal, or if you're a self-respecting metalhead, you shouldn't like those things. They're garbage, they're trash because they're mainstream, they're this, they're that, the other, right? Tons of basically shit is thrown at a lot of those albums, right? And those bands in the metal community. Now, here are my feelings on that. You should never feel compelled to like music that you don't like, right? Like, it's silly. Like, if you don't like Korn, for example, you sure as hell don't have to listen to them. But you don't have to shit on people who like that stuff either, right? Because everyone has different tastes, and it doesn't matter. Like what you like. I don't think liking that stuff makes me, quote, any less metal. I mean, you saw a lot of those you know. And for example, today I've been doing work in the basement, and what have I been doing all day? I've been blasting Vader. So, obviously, for those they're a fairly well-known death metal band. So it's not like I only listen to one thing, and I basically just try not to limit myself very much. And I'm going to show off the next CD that I'm going to show off is actually by a band that when they had their initial run, at best, I was completely neutral on them. I wasn't a fan. I didn't hate them. I was just like aware of them, and that was pretty much it. And apparently, I'm now like a mid 2000s, disaffected youth because that's kind of you could say that was the music of that for that generation. Whereas obviously I'm a little older than that, but I was technically in my 20s when they were a thing. So I don't think it's too out of whack for me to, enjoy it. So anyway, Linkin Park. I actually just about got their whole discography at this point, and I'm kind of amazed of how much their music has connected with me, right? Because basically their lyrics and general emotion of their songs very much matches up with what I'm currently going through. It's really doing a great job helping me cope with what I've got going on so well. Better than a lot of stuff has, again, since I was like a teenager. So I'm kind of amazed at just how much I've managed to reconnect with music the way that I have and how beneficial that it is. So basically, that's pretty much it. I know I was kind of all over the place with this. So basically, what's the main message of this? Enjoy whatever you like. Don't let anyone tell you that you're bad or wrong for liking any certain thing, even if they're people that are in the scene of whatever you like. Just ignore them if they don't like it. Who really cares? It's just some idiot's opinion that you're lesser because you like a certain thing. It's just stupid. Unless you like modern country. I'm just kidding. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this. As always, live live long, prosper, keep on rocking, and I'll see you guys in the next one.